Hello, good morning from Vietnam. It's the 22nd of February 2024 and this is my first mobile stream and I'm not even sure if it's working, so I'm just talking to the camera right now, hoping that it's all working. I'm trying a new app, or trying an app for the first time for streaming called Prism Live, so I'm not sure how well it works. I thought this would be better than using the built-in YouTube platform because it has a bit more functionality. But yeah, basically I'm here in Saigon in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City on the 22nd of February at the end of a 2-week stint here in Vietnam, which has been awesome. Yeah, we've spent about 12 days here. It's been the 12th day now. And we've gone up to the north and ended up back here in Saigon. So I just visited this little lab called Crop Lab here in Ho Chi Minh, about a 10-minute motorbike ride from where we're staying. But yeah, if anyone is here and this is working, then good, because I want to try and do more of these mobile streams, especially once we head to Japan tonight, or after we head to Japan tonight. So during our time there, I'll try and do this again, assuming this works well. But before I go ahead, I just want to give a few disclaimers that I'm using mobile data. So sorry if this cuts out or if it just ends abruptly. And secondly, it's quite hot. I don't handle the heat very well. I'm not acclimatized to this humidity, so I'm going to be sweating a lot, so excuse that as well. And all right, looks like it's actually working. So Gareth and Lucian, hey guys, so it's working. All right, cool. Yeah, so 2 things to excuse there. And also I need to pee, kind of. So if I look uncomfortable, that's 2 reasons. It's good connection. All right, sweet, yeah. The reason I'm using this app is because I can easily see the live chat. I can connect my Rode mic to give you slightly better audio. That's another thing you'll need to excuse, especially if you're watching this later, is that there's a lot of motorbikes and you'll hear a lot of noise. Hey John, thanks for joining. Lucian, it's 38 degrees there, shit. Thought it was bad here. Yeah, anyway, so I thought I would do this stream kind of as a test and just to give you guys an update of the trip. So yeah, we started here in Ho Chi Minh for a couple of days, and thanks to Gareth, who's here live, I visited some cool spots to do some street photography in this city that I'll hopefully be making some POV videos about on the channel sometime down the track. So thanks for that recommendation, Gareth. That actually worked out. There was some great activity, even though it was Tet and it was a bit more quiet than usual. I think that worked for me because it would have been too overwhelming otherwise. But I shot some of that film you gave me down there. I can't remember which one of them, but I've shot 2 of the rolls that you gave me that I'll hopefully be bringing back in one piece to Footscray. They did get x-rayed once. So yeah, about the trip. We started here, went up north to Hanoi. Then we did the Ha Giang Loop motorbike loop for about 4 days, which was awesome. We went to Sapa, ended up back in Hanoi, and then down here again before we head to Japan tonight. So it's been about 2 weeks of the trip so far. Hung, Vietnamese living in Oz. I used to live in Saigon. Awesome. Yeah, it's such a great city. How much film have I burnt through? Yeah, so let's update about the photography and about the film. I took a bunch of rolls with me, enough to last at least through Vietnam and a bit into Japan, as you may have seen if you watched my video about what I was packing. And I've shot about 10 rolls. So just under 1 roll per day. I try not to shoot too heavily, especially because I have my digital camera for shooting color. And yeah, I think that's a good rate. One-ish rolls per day. Hey, say hello. Everyone's been really friendly here in Vietnam as well. The street photography has been great. So I've shot mostly black and white. I've gone through about maybe 7 rolls of black and white, 2 or 3 color. And yeah, it was the New Year, the Lunar New Year period here. So things were pretty quiet for the first few days until they started to open back up. But yeah, on the film, I did get a hand check out of Melbourne, so that was good. By the way, is it really shaky? Is it as shaky as it looks to me for you guys watching? Because it seems almost like the stabilization isn't even working on my phone. I don't know if it's because of the selfie camera or not, but let me know how shaky it looks. I'm trying to hold it pretty still, but it's pretty bad from what I can see. Yeah, I got a handshake out of Melbourne. They refused me at first, then okay, so maybe it is a bit shaky. Yeah, they refused me at first, and then I said I have some 3200 film, which I had one roll that was like, I wasn't even going to use it. It was an old expired roll, and some fake rolls of 3200. So when they saw that, they said yes, and they did the handshake. But then the next airport was going from here, from Ho Chi Minh up to the north to Hanoi. They outright refused. I tried to explain, and they were just like, no. So it had one X-ray pass, all my film. And then coming back from Hanoi down back to Ho Chi Minh, they were really cool about it. I showed them like a translated message that I had some high speed film, and they were just like, yeah, they hand-checked it straight away. So it's weird, it really depends on who you get. I'm gonna lean on this fence to try and reduce the shake. It's a bit better. Yeah, so that's the X-ray situation. So tonight we're flying back out of Ho Chi Minh to Tokyo, and I'm gonna just try my best again to get the handshake. But at least there's been no CT scanners here in Vietnam. The CT scanner was out of Melbourne, so I'm glad I got the handshake from that one. That was the main one I wanted to get through. But yeah, I guess I'll just try again out of the international terminal here in Ho Chi Minh tonight, see if they give me a handshake. But yeah, it's not too bad. A few X-ray passes, everything will still come out. It probably will have some effect on the shadows, but what can I do? But how's everyone going? It's really hot back in Melbourne apparently. Yeah, street photography here, it's great. I'm loving it. I will also shoot a video about doing the motorbike tour and some of Sapa. That was really cool to shoot up in the north, and I really enjoyed the cooler weather up there, so that was fun. Sarah's been having a great time. She's been shooting a lot on her Fuji X-T3 digital. Speaking of which, there was an announcement from Fuji apparently on the new X100VI. We all saw that coming, but it's cool to see that had IBIS. Yeah, I haven't really read the news though. I don't even know, have they announced the new X Pro? What's new? I'll be in Tokyo tomorrow, so I don't know, maybe I'll run into some stores that stock the new Fuji film. I might check it out. Have I been buying film there at all? No, I haven't. I took enough film to last me because, to be honest, I just went to this place called Crop Lab. I'll come and show you. But they barely had anything on the shelves. They had some Kodak Gold, and it was a bit overpriced, to be honest. It was like the same price as back in Australia, if not a little bit more. And they had some hand-rolled Kodak Vision, which I was interested in buying, but they only had 24-shot rolls, which I don't really like shooting. I don't know about you guys, but I hate shooting 24-shot rolls if I can avoid it, unless I have a reason to shoot 24-shot rolls, because it's not very cost efficient with processing. But it is a nice little lab, and it was highly recommended to me. As well as one of the ones in Hanoi was L Lab. I didn't get a chance to visit them. I was actually a few minutes away, but I didn't get a chance. But that's Crop Lab. Up there. Yeah, it's a small, humble little lab. They have a Noritsu, they have a Fuji scanner. There was just one staff member there, and barely any film on the shelf, unfortunately. But yeah, with film, I'll buy more in Tokyo. Because of their bad currency right now, it actually works out better for me to buy stock up on HP5 especially when I'm in Tokyo at BIC or Yodobashi camera, because you can also get tax-free there. So it actually works out slightly cheaper than Australia, at least for the common film stocks like Kentmere 400, HP5, maybe some Fuji Industrial, whatever, Fuji Color 100. I'll buy a few rolls and stock up there so I have enough for the rest of Japan and for Bangladesh. But yeah, I think I have a few videos in the bag from all my street photography here in Vietnam. Getting a lot of interesting looks. I don't think you get many dorks walking around doing live streaming here. But this area where Crop Lab is pretty cool. Lots of character in the streets here. And there's a bit of a difference between, really sorry about the shaking guys, between Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi. There's just a different feel to the streets. Not too different, but it's worth, I think, experiencing both cities if you ever visit. Roberto, hey man. Head to China, pick up an X100VI. It has the Reala SIM, which only tugs at the heart for real Reala. Yeah, I wonder if they introduced the classic neg simulation that they started to put on the GFX cameras. That was a cool simulation. Lucian, yen exchange rate is amazing. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Meeting up with any photographers in Japan? Yeah, I'm gonna meet up with Alex on Streets, hopefully, if we can make it work. There was another guy actually I might meet up with. So it's all about timing. We're really packing our schedules here. And I even had someone reach out to me from Hanoi who wanted to meet up. We came close, but unfortunately we couldn't make it work with the timing. He was only free one of the days where I wasn't, but then he wasn't free the day that I was. But I'm always keen to meet up with other photographers. So yeah, that'll be on the books. Roberto, do I process the film there or back in Oz? I'll probably do most of it back in Oz because it's mostly black and white, and I like to do that myself with my own recipes, but who knows, maybe I'll offload some of it to Tokyo. It really depends because it kind of has to work out practically for me in terms of how much I shoot. And again, I'm mostly shooting black and white film for multiple reasons, because it's mainly because of the series I'm working on. The type of photography I'm working on is black and white based for the most part. And then also it's just better with pushing, it's more versatile. I like black and white. It's better with dealing with X-rays. It's cheaper, multiple reasons. So, and I like processing it myself. I've had to push a couple of rolls of HP5. I'm mostly shooting Kentmere 400. So yeah, I'll probably take it all back home, but I might, it just depends. If I shoot some everyday color neg, I'll probably get it processed in Japan. I'll check out the prices of black and white processing there because Japan is pretty good for that, but they take a long time with black and white. And then I have E6, which I'm going to take back to Irahas to check out their new roller transport E6 machine. And then of course, Gareth from Mr. Negative, I'm going to bring him some of the Mr. Negative films that I've shot here. I have a few rolls, one of which I'm quite excited to shoot next. It's the 250 tungsten. I'm saving that for maybe tonight into Japan, or for some of the snow up in Japan, as well as a 64D Eterna. So lots of exciting stuff yet to shoot, to bring hopefully to some kind of videos on the channel. Lucian, enjoy the rest of your trip. Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Been enjoying seeing your photography as well, and everything, all the shenanigans back in Melbourne. Yeah, what else? I probably won't go on too long. I just wanted to give you guys an update, test out this streaming platform. I'll use it again. I just need to figure out this shakiness. Too bad the IBIS doesn't seem to work very well. Maybe I'll just try and use a tripod for the most part if I do this in Japan. M. Von Walter. For me, Kentmere is so excellent that HP5 is only for pushing. You know what, let me test something, because you guys can still hear me if I flip the camera. Maybe I'll try the front-facing camera. I'll move the chat out of the way, flip the camera. This way I can give you guys a bit of a tour of the streets. And you'll still be able to hear me because I've got the Rode mic. Doesn't look like the IBIS is any better, but yeah, let's take a walk. This will be fun to do in Tokyo with the cooler weather. Apparently it's going to be a bit rainy there, but I still prefer cold over heat personally, any day. If I spot any shots, I'll try and do some one-handed shots with a Leica. I've got the 28mm on, so I can just zone focus and shoot with one hand. Hey, this would be a cool kind of concept, wouldn't it? Live street photography. If I could find a way to have it on my POV cam, keep both hands free, and be able to talk to you guys. It's a bit too much though. It's a bit too much. How about this guy? Got to light his ciggy with a toothpick in the mouth. There you go. There's the first live street photography shot. Okay, so IBIS is worse at the front. It's probably because I'm walking. It just seems like IBIS doesn't even work, so Yeah, this has been a good test though. I'm going to stop walking in a moment and maybe sum things up here. Yeah, hardly any cars, that is true. Mostly scooters in Vietnam, a shitload of scooters, because that's the main way of getting around. It's not like where Melbourne, for example, has an extensive public transport network of trams and trains and buses. Everyone here just gets around on scooters for the most part. Apparently there's 8 million people and 4 million scooters, I heard from some American guy yesterday in Hanoi. Roberto, a cyberpunk guy in Korea, does live street photography. Oh yeah, I should check that out. I would watch that. I would watch live street photography. There might even be a way to have 2 cameras, and I looked into it, like where I can have this thing attached to where I normally do. So the way I use this is just the magnet underneath there, and then have a camera facing me and one, I don't know, it's too much to think about. It kind of raises a question that's been on my mind that comes up about this whole YouTube thing. Because for me, I've always been a photographer before ever doing YouTube. So it's, people probably wonder what came first, the YouTuber or the photographer? And in my case, it's always been the photographer, because that's what I primarily do, is photography. And YouTube just came as a byproduct of doing photography and loving film. And I've really come to enjoy that too. So it's not that I prioritize photography too much, but I do still prioritize it first. But yeah, it's just something that crosses the mind, because you see a lot of YouTube photography channels that really have really high production value. And I think they prioritize the YouTube side of things. But it makes me wonder if you can equally produce quality on both fronts to the same degree. Dusty Sprockets, hey man. Vietnam looks hectic. Dude, this is a quiet part. Once you see my videos, I'll have B-roll of hundreds of scooters zooming past, where you'll realize this is a really quiet part. I've intentionally tried to come to alleys so that it's a bit quiet and I get some shade. Yeah, but I'm trying to remind myself to focus on the photography and not get too lost in the YouTube stuff. I think I don't. I think I managed to strike a balance. Roberto, sharing your journey in film and digital is enough. That's what we all love. Yeah, thanks, man. All right, this sweat is the sign that I need to end this stream. But thanks for joining, if you guys were here. I hope this was a worthwhile update for you, a little preview into what's to come from Vietnam. And I'll watch this back later to see how decent the quality is, as to whether I'll do this kind of mobile stream again, at least while walking. I might have to scrap the walking part, because I like the idea of touring you through a location, but the bloody stabilization doesn't seem to work. Either way, I think it's a cool idea if at least the audio is good and the connection is good. Yeah, all right guys, thanks for joining on this one. If you did watch this post-stream, let me know what you thought. I'll probably leave it up unless I find there's a reason to take it down, like if the quality is that bad or if it just doesn't save, because again, I'm completely new to using this mobile streaming software. So there's a new video coming to the channel that I pre-produced and scheduled for this weekend, for the 24th of February. It's going to be a cool one, actually. It's a ryokan that we stayed in back in Victoria, where I shot 2 rolls of film, about 1.5 rolls of film, Superior Premium with the Thypoc 35mm and some Acros 2. Just a relaxing little video shooting film at a ryokan. And then I'll be in Japan by then, so you can probably look forward to the next stream within about a week. I'll probably do one once we get up into the mountains. We're going to be staying up in the snow in Yuzawa, so that'll be a good spot to do a stream. Yo. Yeah. So look forward to that, and then I will catch you guys soon on that next stream. I'll just read these last comments. trying to do some black and white printing, but 53 degrees, are you serious? All right. 85% humidity, dude, I thought here was bad. Yeah, I can't stand humidity. Hung, enjoy Japan. My aim is to visit Vietnam and Japan next. Haven't been back since 96. Wow, man, this would have changed. We would have changed a lot since then. But on the large part, a lot will be the same. All right, watch out for that creepy lady behind you. I just saw that. It's just a mannequin, right? That'd be funny. Yeah, that's just a mannequin. Dude, I freaked out for a sec. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for joining. See you soon.